What's up everybody, this is Ripples and Whales back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and having a great day wherever you are in the world and whatever you are doing. Happy Monday to you all. So I'm going to go over a few things today that I've spotted. A few things to do with BG, a couple of small things that I've spotted where people's attention might not be, which could be quite interesting, and something to do with Ukraine, which I've spotted. Roll you into that in a minute, but let's have a look at the markets together. First of all, we can see that I've got it in dollars today, would you believe it? BTC at 27.9, Ethereum at 1.6, XRP at 51 cents, still an absolute bargain. And we've got the cluster of stable coins that seem to still find themselves in the top 6, which I find very, very strange. Very clever, deliberate manipulation on the basis of Binance. But there we go. Cointelegraph, by the way, is owned by Binance. Anywho, what did I want to bring you all in? Well, first of all, thank you for all the people who are new subscribers and the people who are liking the videos and commenting. That massively helps the channel. Keep it going. I will always try and reply to all comments as best as I can, and I appreciate you all. Anywho, this is the Twitter handle at Ripples and Whales. Come and say hi. And a couple of things that I've spotted over the past few days of interest. There's an account here called Mike Alford. Now, he's an old school BTC account. I like the old school BTC account. It's where I started learning about crypto. And you shouldn't write off Bitcoin. There is a very toxic push in the XRP community towards other tokens, especially Bitcoin and Ethereum, and it's much to your own shortfalls if you have that mindset, because there's money to be made in both chains, and there's also with Bitcoin and Ethereum, there's a lot to learn. When we throw out of these chains because of almost like football mentalities, we fail to see an important piece of information that persists in these chains, is that they're very dominant and they have stories to tell. With ETH, you could have gone in and learned lots of stuff in 2021, 22 during the bear market about NFTs and DeFi and how other chains would follow similar success rates. NFTs and DeFi were what made Ethereum so, successful in its early days. And that is a winning protocol for any other chain. So you could see how XRP, and other chains would position themselves in the future with similar technologies. With Bitcoin, it has a very strong track record, and there's a lot of smart minds in that community. If we push aside the people who are too intense in terms of the a kind of maximalism community, always keep an open mind with these things. Always, keep a, how would I put it? An open mind with them. Don't cast other things out. Anyway, Mike Alford had put a post out. Ethereum looks sick. The world computer ultrasound money narratives have failed. DeFi NFTs have largely been abandoned. I don't agree with that. Vitalik and other insiders are looting the protocol, and transactions are easily censored by government. It's a disaster. Today I'm selling my ETH. So this is an old school BTC guy who was really much into the Ethereum community as well as it kind of developed, and he's now turned against ETH, and it's interesting to see this pattern occur as the tide turns on ETH, really. And I don't think ETH's going anywhere. Quite the contrary, but it's got a few headwinds to face because of the recent corruption findings to do with it, and there's a lot of dirt that's going to come out on it, real heavy dirt. And I think we're only at the tip of the iceberg here, because DAI and all the other chaps, Stephen Arierov, they're now coming to the fore and saying, hold on, there's a lot of funny business that's been going on in here and it needs to be looked at further. Anyway, that was a very, very interesting kind of take by Mike Alford. What are the other things that I found out? I was learning a bit about the Palestine and Israel chapters over the past 100 years this morning, very early. Charles Hoskinson posted about ETH, Vitalik, protocol and staking pool changes that could improve decentralization and reduce consensus overhead. And Charles Hoskins is using this meme to basically mock Vitalik, going, yeah, right, okay. Proof of stake in the Ethereum community has centralized control even further, because the largest whales, who were aware that it would migrate to a proof of stake in the future, have the largest stake. Therefore, they control the largest pools. They can, and the pools, obviously, like anything else in a proof of stake, have a effect on the network. So we have an interesting development with the Ethereum token. Anyway, we're going to have a quick look at BG123 here, and I don't know if you're all aware, there is a post that I've mentioned a few times in here, and this post is to do with where are we? Oh, it's on the other one. Beg your pardon. 1 second, we'll bring it up now. It's to do with the Bearable Guy 123. Now, this is the Ripple account. So if you're looking at Bearable Guy 123, this is all about Ripple. For Loadstar 3, for it, there's a test. 1 and 2 are given, 3 is a quest. A journey ahead till treasures in sight. Besides the last Loadstar, a last brick of light. Okay. Now, the two paragraphs are very different. Loadstar 3, for it, is a test. 1 and 2 were given, 3 is a quest. Now, 1 and 2 is ETH, 3 is Ripple. Okay, the Triskelion 3 is a quest. What it means is a journey. A journey is an adventure. A quest is an adventure. A journey. A journey ahead till treasures in sight. Besides the last, those are a last brick of light. Now, the brick of light is referring to the BRICS nations, and the way I'm going to look at this is that if we look at the banner up here, this is the last brick of light. Now, what colours is that brick of light in? It's in the Ukrainian colours. And the brick of light also sits at the top corner. But this is the brick, the blue brick. Okay? How interesting. Now, we can go back to the bookshelf, and we've got the Ukrainian colours in the bookshelf. Now, they must have known that Ukraine was an important, integral part of this equation. And I am going to hypothesize that the last brick of light will be Ukraine. It will join the BRICS nations, and it will be one of the lasts to go. And that's what they're referring to. Anyway, it's in the future. But that was one of the first things that I saw yesterday when I was going over this. Now, another thing is that not enough attention is being given to the dollar. And the dollar is always used in these scenes. This is the dollar. This is the knight. Okay? And the knight is representative of Bradgarling House, which is representative of Ripple. Okay? And it's protecting the dollar's interest. And also behind it is the White House, which means protecting the White House and the dollar. Now, we know that there is Chinese operatives running the United States, if we want to say that, or the DS. I'm going to have to use acronyms on this channel from now on. And Ripple is a very clever money business that will help the dollar in many ways. And so you've got the dollar next to XRP sitting side by side, spooning, if you wish, okay, the purple and the yellow stockings on the Christmas mantle. Now, we don't know whether this scene finishes in 2024 or whether it finishes in 2023. My guess is it could extend out into 2024 because the White House signifies the elections, and hence the scene we've seen before, so the calendar scene shows the kind of the pirates battle in November. In November of next year is your US elections, when the real shit's going to hit the fan. Okay. Anyhow, the level playing field is the level playing field. Whether it kicks off this year or next, we don't know. So the dollar, it's an kind of where the hell is it, and why is that jumped? Where are you, BG123? No, have we jumped? Okay, my page has gone wild. Hold on. Oh, Twitter's gone crazy on me again. Right, let's just find this. There we go. Let's have you. Are we going to be able to click you? Go on. This is painful. I've obviously freaked my computer out. Okay, we'll go back to the other one here. Okay, the dollar. If we go back to some of these, I really need the other one. Okay, you can see that in the ship scene, which we think begins in April, and we're going to go over a little bit of that in a minute, shows a very large dollar sale. So these are the sales on the ship, and we're going to do a complete deep dive on this. Okay, the sales in the ship, there's 3 of them. We've got Bitcoin, XRP, and the dollar. And by April of next year, we can see that the dollar sale is the largest. And there's no doubt that the printing press is going to be turned on at some point, or needed to be turned on, because everything is about to break in the United States. And the size of the sale would probably be indicative of the US dollar getting printed. Now, this isn't the only place where we can, are we going to be able to click it? Yeah. Right, let's click on this and we get back to his profile, and we can have a look in November of next year. I'm going to sneeze in a minute, I do apologize. Right, so this is November, we think 2024, and we've got this kind of full-toothed smiley face on the background of a yellow symbol. Now the yellow we know is the dollar, and we know by like November of next year that the dollar will be printed into infinity. Political means in America will need to try and win voters over by the printing of free money. And this is signified in a fantastic interview that I urge you all to watch. It is by Arthur Hayes, and he's talking with Tom Belu. I'm not going to play it in here because my computer's going to obviously crack. So much for MacBooks. And it's well worth listening to. He explains what's about to happen. Now, this guy's a really, really smart guy. He's one of the very, very first people in Bitcoin, very early days. Believe he's a hedge. He really knows his stuff. Anyway, worth listening to this. I'll put the link in the description. But this is the printing of the dollar. The kind of full teeth is like full bore. 4 teeth, 2024, 1, 2, 3, 4. I've told you about this before on the channel. Okay, and we can see that it's echoed here. Alright. If you're all wondering about Loadstar 3, when is it going to drop? It's going to drop this December. Okay, and it also echoed on the fireplace here. Okay, Loadstar 1, 2, and 3. This is the volume, and it has the gavel next to it, which says that it's not going to really drop until something changes in that case. Well, what changes in that case? I'm going to say it here. This is what I think occurs. This, and then this, and then this. Okay? I don't know if that'll happen this year. I have no idea. This could occur next year. I have no idea. But we can see that there's a change in the air with the SEC case. We can see that the SEC's in the back ropes. And we can also see that there is a distinct change of tone. It's also of real importance, actually, to understand that there are only 2 tokens here. One's Bitcoin and one's XRP on the mantelpiece. And, that has come to play out in real life now, right? The only 2 tokens that have got any clarity are Bitcoin and XRP. And you were told that 4 plus years ago. Isn't that wonderful that you've got this to look at and lean on? This gave me much kind of, confidence when I was learning about XRP, to understand that there is so much more to this at play. I remember telling my friends this in 2019 and I thought I was on drugs. I was like, honestly, there's only going to be 2. And we're playing it out that way. And so you're going to have a bridge asset for all the CDBCs and stable coins that eventually will go onto the Interledger. And you're going to have, the Bitcoin network, and whether it becomes a payment network with Lightning and whatnot, who cares? It's fantastic. If it does, hold some, make some money. Don't fight it, go with it. Goes back to my early points about people, these maxes against Bitcoin. Root for Bitcoin, for heaven's sakes. Hold some Bitcoin. The whole part of your portfolio doesn't need Bitcoin. But anyway, that was the thing I wanted to talk about that. Also, quick little drop on Expector. I just love the work they're doing on the XRPL. I'm going to switch of kind of focus here, guys, for a bit now. This is the town square in kind of their CAD, or built-in kind of 3D visuals, and this is on the XRP Ledger. We have a a metaverse project that is leaps and bounds ahead of most of the projects. They are building cross-chain, multi-chain, and they've got Bob Way on the team, one of the first 10 people in Ripple. Please keep an eye on them. They are a very, very interesting company. I hold some land. I'm not paid to talk about them. It's just my own take. Another thing to keep an eye on is the Flare community. It's a really interesting tweet here. The possibilities Flare Network will open up for developers is unreal. Prepare for a wave of interest as the world gets out that Flare is solving some of the biggest problems in crypto. This is really interesting. Don't just look at the flowchart, understand it. Trustless purchasing an NFT on the Flare network using the token of a different blockchain. This is really interesting. Smart contracts multi-chain, and Flare is giving tokens like Doge and Bitcoin smart contract capabilities, cross-chain smart contract capabilities. The two channels that I like to look at on Flare is that and the Flare networks itself. Here, Hugo often is quoted on here. This is the actual Flare channel. This is the Flare community. It's a really good Twitter channel. When we're looking at Flare now, it's down to a cent. I have been buying the past 2 weeks. I think it'll go down a lot further. Songbird, now it's down at 0.4 of a cent, and it'll go down a lot further. Both will have a fair bit of headroom to go in the upcoming, but it's very early for them. Understand that it's very, very, very early for them. They're only in year 2. Ripple's in year 11, and Flare has a similar tokenomics. So you've got a long road. Don't invest in expecting quick returns on it. Anyway, just to close off, there is if you all remember Flare Finance, this has now been rebranded as in Enosis. Recently they did a drop for an airdrop of a token called HLN. I don't know how Hillian is it pronounced? I don't know. I'm just going to try and find one of the posts for you now. This is the token. They're going to get it listed on CoinMarketCap. Anyway, if you held DFLR, check your wallets on your MetaMask, configure them for the Flare network, and I had a nice drop of HLN tokens there. I've been very involved in the DeFi pools for Flare Finance for the past 2 years, doing SFIN. Mining. No, that's the wrong word. Staking in the farm pools. Working using XFi, SFIN, Songbird, XDC. Been learning the DeFi network through these anyway. So if you haven't been part of that in the early days, there's no point of kind of looking at this. But this is for your OGs in here who've been here for a while. Anyhow, we'll probably wrap it up at there today. I wanted to go a quick look at the. This is quick chat here, looking at XRP BTC. Oh, please piss off. There we go. I think we're in for another drop. It's very interesting to always keep an eye on the XRP BTC charts. Remember, the liquidity flows from BTC into XRP and not the other way around. So when Bitcoin moves, I think we are coiling up into a nice tight pattern here. But I see a downward move again before a move in the future. Conversely, this is the Ethereum BTC graph, which we can see looks bloated and look like it's wanting to fall over. I think it's got some way to come down, personally. I think it's heavily over bloated. Be interesting to see that. And finally, we've got the XRP USD graph, which is a wondrous sight to observe as the accumulation continues. That upwards kind of wedge here is what we're looking at. I'm no TA guy, but you can see this is continued accumulation. Eventually, when the accumulation comes to a point of, let me just draw in a line here for you, this becomes a wedge of sorts, and eventually it'll close off and the token will shoot, probably by May of next year. But who knows. You can expect moves to probably $1 all-time highs plus then. That'll be exciting. Cool. Listen, I hope that's good for you. It's a bit of a catch-up on all the events that's going on here. Please give us a follow. Please give the video a like and drop a comment. Tell me what you thought about the Ethereum. Do you think it's going to fall over? Do you think it's got headroom? What do you reckon about Bitcoin? What are your thoughts? I'd be interested to hear what you're all thinking and get some market sentiment feedback. Cool. Have a great Monday, whatever you're doing. See you in the next video. Be blessed.